Back in October, the Patriots dominated their first matchup against the Jets. Can New York even the score? The answer comes your way next on EA Sports.
We are situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the New England Patriots. Charles Davis up. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at the Patriots. It's a relatively balanced offense. The next-gen stats kind of bear that out. What do you think they'll be looking to do in this one?
I think it'll be exactly what you just talked about. They'll want to be balanced on offense, which means to them, they'll want everyone involved. See if they can get some one-on-ones in the passing game. Maybe identify some situations where they can swing the ball to the backs in space. Even find some spots where they just want to play some old-fashioned power football. As one of the most successful coaches in the league told us once, the definition of balanced offense, that means you can do what you want when you want to, not necessarily just running it 50% of the time and throwing it the same percentage.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. This defense for the Patriots, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
So here come the Patriots to take over on offense. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones. Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 10 carries, 58 yards, and a score.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on it. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews that clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately. Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Now a first down carry for Harris. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now a toss play. It's Harris. Stays on his feet, and he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Throwing, Jones. Forced out to his left. And Jones will hit the deck here, and he is able to pick up the first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first.
There's Henry. Touchdown, Patriots. Hunter Henry. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Pats have taken the early lead. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, ruling on the field stands.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. That time a 6-play drive, and it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Dietrich Wise Jr. make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Gonna take a shot for Gallup, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So this punt sails out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. A 6-2 is their record through the first 8 weeks. Now, Charles, what is your assessment for them in the second half of the season?
Well, I think that the road gets a little bit tougher for them. And when I look at their schedule, I see some of these road games, and I know those are going to be difficult. But this is a good team, so I'm going to go with 11-5. That seems about right, and I think that'd be a nice accomplishment, too.
From just shy of midfield, Jones. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Leonard Fournette hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly for 6. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The numbers a week ago for Michelle. 18 carries, 73 yards, and a touchdown.
I'm so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game, because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they were doing gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was working, and they expect more of the same in this game, although they're prepared for some adjustments by the defense they expect to see.
From the 27, Wilson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Wilson to throw. This one caught by Crowder. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Here's Jones on the return.
Man, that ain't make no sense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, these two teams, you might remember, met in Foxborough earlier in the season with the Patriots winning that ball game. So they're looking for another win here at MetLife Stadium to take the season series 2-zip.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Keep coming, baby. Keep coming. Keep on coming.
How many times do we say in this game is speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game. My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on, because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot.
It got his man complete. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play there for New England. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On 2nd down and 4, Jones. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now Jones. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Leonard Fournette, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Wilson. He'll fire this deep for Gallup. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a big play that time by the Jets. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw going to be caught by Davis.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. These two teams matching up for the second time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Dietrich Wise in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Here's the Jets punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Jones throw taken in by Bourne. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Open man here, the tight end Henry. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Jones throwing on first down, and that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Open man, the tight end Henry. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 13-yard line. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And this one is right through. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll start with a rematch of one of the more compelling playoff games of all time, the Kellen Winslow game. This time, it's the Los Angeles Chargers heading down to take on Miami. And it's the Chargers who have the lead with that game getting close to halftime. Justin Herbert with 2 touchdown passes. From there, we head up to the Motor City to check in on the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they have the lead over the visiting Washington football team. Jared Goff has a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Minnesota Vikings. Kirk Cousins, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats for New England in that first half, and it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they were on the other end of the spectrum in terms of passing efficiency. That's going to need to improve in the second half to come. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. So here are the Patriots to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Harris starts the drive on the ground, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaking up on the play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. To throw on third down, Jones. And he fires one, but incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
Right here. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check.
They'll try to get this offense going with Michelle. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Here's 2nd and 10.
At the 32-yard line. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
To throw is Wilson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl quarterback, Richard Sherman. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England.
You know, in golf, they often talk about playing the course and not worrying about what the other players are doing, what their scores are. That's essentially what we're seeing from this offense. They're just having fun and doing what they feel like doing today.
Coup for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From the 10. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotion.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Jones on the return. Unable to corral him, he fights through. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Patriots take over. New England's offense set to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now a pass hauled in downfield, and they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play there for the Patriots. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Again, it's Harris on second down. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 65 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. It'll be first and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Harris. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
They'll try and run with Harris, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. Fourth down now. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on fourth and goal. Oh, look at this play call. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Jets are going to get the football back. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Now it's Wilson. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. Second and 2. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
To throw again on second down. Wilson. He's going to find Gallup here complete. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
On first down, Wilson. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for second and 23.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here's Wilson. Quick slant to Crowder. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it, and the Patriots are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
They can't stop us, baby.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now it's Wilson. And bringing it in, it's Davis. He's at the 40, past the 20, and he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. The point after is good, and the lead is down to 24. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. From the 6. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This is the type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for the Pats, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins.